Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. So today is the 19th anniversary of 9/11. And number one, it teaches us something about learning because every one of us can say exactly where we were when we heard about that. We can say in great detail, here's where we were, here's what was going on, here's what I was thinking, here's who I was around. So that shows if you attach a great deal of emotion to something, then it gets embedded in your memory and it's easy to remember. The thing that I always remember about 9/11, and I will watch the specials tonight. I feel like it's, for me, one of my majors in college was history, and so I always feel like, remembering where we came from is part of our duty. I think we should all watch the PBS Civil War documentary. I think everybody should watch Saving Private Ryan. I mean, reading these books on our history, to me, is a requirement in order to remember where we came from. We can't figure out where we're going unless we remember where we came from. And that fateful day, I really think for me, it's a requirement as an American to remember this is what happened, and here's how many people lost their lives, and here's the sacrifices that were made. So I'll watch the specials tonight, and I've been to the memorial site more than once. I've gone to the museum. If you've never had a chance to go, you should. It's incredibly powerful and very, very well done. The thing that I always remember about 9/11 is, there was a lot of people on that day who had time and knew where they were headed, or knew it was likely where they were headed. There were people on airplanes. There were people trapped above in the Twin Towers where the planes landed. And a lot of them had opportunities to make phone calls and to do things before they met their final end. And what I remember is what they did with those final moments. They all did the same thing. They didn't call and say, make sure you kill whoever did this to us. They didn't call and say, make sure that there's retribution, make sure you attack the countries, make sure. They didn't call with anything. That was not the message from anyone. Everybody that was in that position wanted to do one thing. They wanted to call the people that meant the most to them in their life and tell them that they meant the most to them. I always remember that because clearly when we get to that moment, that's really what is most important, because that's what was most important there. The people on the plane that landed in Pennsylvania, there were several people that were above the plane crash and had the ability to make phone calls in those two towers. They called their loved ones and told them they loved them. So if there's anything that we can learn from this anniversary, it's what's really important at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the things that we acquire, the stuff that we've got in our basement, and the cars that we drive, and the clothes that we wear, and whether or not our kids go to school 2 days or 4 days or had to homeschool this year, or whether or not you were able to get your Starbucks on time, none of that's going to matter. What's really going to matter is what's your relationship with the people that you care about the most. Were you able to do everything that you wanted to in order to make a difference in their life? And were you able to communicate to them how you really felt? Or did you lose that opportunity? I have a person that I knew very, very well in my life who died a few years ago, who at the end of their life wasn't able to communicate, and I'm sure wanted to communicate a great deal to a great number of people that they had not spoken to for a long time in their life. And watching that situation, to me, it had to be unbelievably excruciating. And, there's two types of pains. There's the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. And discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. So my simple message today is to take the time to tell the people that you care about how you feel about them, and to take the time to make them feel special. There's always a way that you can do that. And by the way, none of that requires money. It requires creativity. That's all that it requires. If you have a significant other, then show them how much you care about them and do something special. Do something special for your kids. Do something special for your parents. Do something in order to communicate with them exactly how it is that you feel about them, and be grateful to them for what they have offered you. That's my message on today. Remember when we talked about elegantly blaming, that even if somebody has put you through something that at the time seemed difficult, as a result of that, I guarantee that there's a ton of positive things that happened in your life. I can say that from personal experience in more than one way. So you can elegantly blame those people. This is a great opportunity to say, thank you for making me stronger. Thank you for showing me what's important. Thank you for making it so that I was independent. Thank you for making it so that I valued a relationship like this. Whatever the case may be, today's the day. If you really want to honor those people that lost their lives today, 19 years ago, do what some of them didn't have the chance to do. Communicate with those you care about most, that you care about them the most, and why you're so grateful to them. Have a great Friday, everybody. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other. I'll see you tomorrow.